Activate the power within you. Girl, you're shining. I see you. So go on and walk through. Cause your time is now. You've been waiting and searching. No need to look far. It's in you. Grab your magic and do you. Cause your time is now.
Hey everybody! Welcome to the first episode of Breaking Barriers with Bree. I am so excited. Y'all, this is the premiere episode. Can you believe it? Thank you so much for all of the love and the support that I'm receiving already. So listen, we are in for a treat. My first episode, I am so honored to have someone that is very special and dear to my heart, that is gonna pour some wisdom out to you. It's not no other person. No other person could be my first guest except for who? My mother, Vivian Sullivan. Hey, Ma.
Hey, how are you?
I am well. Look, say hey to the viewers because they tuning in.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today.
Yeah.
Your first premiere episode.
Are you
So happy
excited?
you're here. I'm very excited. You know, I like to talk.
Look, I guess that's where I get it from. Listen, I'm excited. So we're going to get into it. Today is episode 1, and the name of this episode is called Strength, Courage, and Wisdom. And I'm so excited because my mom has some nuggets for us. So I'm ready to receive. I don't know about y'all. So, Mom, my first question is, as a woman, how do you activate the courage that's inside of you?
Well, the way I activate the courage, I start, one of the main ways I do it is by when I read the text, the scripture, I read with interpretation based on my own experience through prayer, asking God to show me what I need to receive and learn from the text. I also, by reading books, different books, inspirational sayings, I listen to music, sometimes just sing. But most of all, I'll say that what I try to do is sit and be quiet, just sit in silence and allow God to impart into me. And the things that he says to me gives me courage.
Yeah.
It actually activates the courage in me to help me to move forward, to go forward, to get up and do what he has for me to do and what I desire to do.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I become stagnant and fearful. And don't have the courage. Just life sometimes causes you to be that way, and it's the things that you love doing, the gifts that God give you. You have to use those things to activate what's in you, because courage is on the inside of us. So doing that, the reading and definitely reading the Word and praying and meditating, all of that helps to activate the courage that's within me to get up and move forward.
I love it. You know, one of the things that you said was sometimes you like to sit in silence. And, you know, believe it or not, that is so hard to do.
Yeah.
With the noisy world we live in and so many distractions popping up. You got your phone, you got the TV, you know, notifications, all type of noise. And it's just hard to sit in silence. But I think you saying that is just a great reminder that sometimes you need to get in a quiet place.
Right.
So you can hear clearly from the spirit.
Exactly.
You can listen to your thoughts even and just center yourself. I love it.
Most definitely.
Yes. So, okay. Talk about how important it is to have a free spirit, but also move in wisdom. And let me just say this, because, you know, I'm on the journey of free. I released my single last summer.
Yeah.
Y'all go to iTunes real quick, download it. Quick plug. All right. So, yes, I'm on this ongoing journey of freedom and being free. But I have learned on this journey that, yes, it's great. It's a great feeling to be free, but you got to move in wisdom
Mhm.
on some things. So, talk to us about that.
Well, in this life, as we matriculate through life, and I'm going to start with even as babies,
Yeah.
moving from babies to adolescents and to young adults and then to a full-grown person, we
Mhm.
experience life.
Yeah.
Life sometimes is good, and
Mhm.
sometimes life is bad. In life, what I've and this is I'm only speaking about my own experience, but in life, I realized that there's some personal monsters that are developed,
Come on.
and when we have to be aware that those monsters are there.
Hmm.
When you are aware that they are there, you have to deal with them.
Yeah.
When you bring awareness of the monsters and you start dealing with the monsters, then you once you deal with that monster that's within you, not a monster or whatever you want to call it in somebody else, but the one that is in you. When you
You.
deal with it, and someone may be saying, well, how do you deal with it? Deal with it. One thing, the number one thing I'm going to say you deal with is therapy, therapy, therapy.
Mhm.
And then even with therapy, you sometimes have to meditate.
Mhm.
Again, you got to pray. But having good, solid therapy to help you to bring awareness to where you are and who you are and what monsters are actually living within you. Once you can drive yourself to becoming your most authentic self, that's when you can learn to experience freedom. That free spirit comes, and it's hard to have that free spirit without dealing with the inner things that's in you.
Wow.
Sometimes we try to be, we say we are free, we say we are peaceful, we are happy, and people sometimes can just look in your eyes and tell that that's not true. So
Mm.
the closer we get to becoming our authentic selves, that is dealing with the demons, dealing with the monsters that are within us, then we can experience a free spirit. And
Yeah.
I believe once you begin to develop and experience that free spirit within yourself, then you begin to walk in more wisdom because you're
Mm.
free to think, you're free to live, you're free to be yourself because you're not worried about trying to be somebody else. I think I mentioned this once before. I remember very vividly living a life in my young days, when a lot younger than you are, living for other people, and
Mm.
it creates issues and problems and situations that and fearful things in you that you sometimes don't realize until you are a lot older that you are carrying these things. And when we're
Mm.
carrying different things that keeps us from being our true selves, then we have to recognize that. And once we recognize that, we deal with it.
Yeah.
And again, you can't get enough therapy. And I'm one to believe that if you have a therapist and it's not working for you, get another one.
Yeah.
Leave that one, go to another. Go to as many as you need to until you get what you need to
Mm.
move forward. And what a load that is lifted off you. And when that load is lifted off you, you feel free. You feel as if you can fly.
Yeah.
You are free.
Come on.
Once you can begin to walk in your true self, you are free. And then you can begin to walk in wisdom. You begin to realize, wait a minute, you live in a life where you're able to hear things and
Mm.
hear them with a wise ear. And everything, and I have to go to this because the one book that I read, I'm probably going to reference this book a lot, and that is The Four Agreements. When I read that book, that changed my life.
Oh yeah. It's a
And
life.
one of the main, I mean, all of the agreements are very important. But when you begin to live a life where you don't take everything personal,
Co-
and when you don't make assumptions, then you can live a life of freedom.
Yes. Help somebody
You
today.
can live a life of freedom because those are two. And the very last agreement says, do your best.
Do your best.
When you can do your best, when you do your best, you can walk in wisdom.
So, of course, this show is catered to everyone, but as I said before, I have a special love for women. I'm here for my girls, the aunties, the girlfriends. So I want to ask this final question. I want to wrap it up. Do you think women were given a double portion of strength when God created us?
This is my personal opinion. And
Yeah.
my personal opinion is yes.
Uh-huh.
I mean, when you just look at the tasks that we as women take on, we are mothers,
Yeah.
we are wives, we are partners, we are sisters. Just that alone, just those four that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
When you can do that, when you taking on all of those tasks and you're doing them all either sometimes at the same time, you're a mother, and not only that, we work every day. We're professionals. We are professionals. We come home and we take off the professional hat. We put on the mother's hat. We put on the wife or partner's hat, and then we put on a sister's hat. We put on a friend's hats. We put them all on. We sometimes experience all these things in one day. So I definitely believe that God has given women a double portion of strength to be able to carry all of these different hats and to be able to carry all of these different tasks and then do well with them.
Come on.
We do well. We accomplish things with them, carrying all those hats. And most of us do them very well.
Yes.
Very few of us, and I don't want to say that we don't. That those of us who have a desire, and again, go back to that word being intentional. When you're intentional about being a good anything, that's exactly what you're going to be.
Yeah.
So I think God graced us with something that He didn't give men.
You're right about it.
And that's why when you look at how we go through the birth pains, I don't think a man could have done that. You haven't experienced that yet, but just keep holding on. You get there. When you experience the body, the things that we go through as a woman, our body goes through so many different changes and challenges, and we still bounce back. That's one thing that I can say about a woman is resilient. One thing that me as a woman, I'm trying to be not only a resilient woman, but being a woman that is transparent, and then being a woman of integrity.
Yeah.
And I think we exemplify all of those characteristics of ourselves, which helps us to become, to be able to handle all of the different, the double portion that God has given us and the different tasks and challenges that we face on a daily basis. That's how we can do it, because when you are intentional about being resilient, bouncing back, we bounce back all the time. We get knocked down constantly, whether it's through relationships, whether it's through just being in your various professions, whether it's being knocked down in your family, in the community, in the church, wherever we are, we get knocked down, but we know how to bounce back.
Come on.
We come back with double strength, and we come back with that double strength and be able to keep fighting and keep moving forward and doing the things that God called us to do. And that's why we still can, I'm going to say African American women, we still look good even when we are 62 years old.
You got to go hell.
You see what I'm saying? So, it's all because of how we are. We have an intent to be, growing up, when I was a child, there were certain things that I had a desire to do and to be. And I tried to focus on that as a child. When you are intentional, when you have a focus on a goal in life, if you stick to it and continue to include God in your life every day, there's nothing that can keep you from that goal.
Right.
Continue to be resilient.
Yeah.
Continue to walk in integrity. It is important as women, even as men, to walk in integrity.
Yeah.
And then be transparent.
Mm-hmm.
That's something. Now that one I'm working on real hard, trying to be
Yeah.
transparent, because you can't help anybody when you're not transparent.
Yeah. That's so
So,
good. So
um,
beautiful.
yes, to answer your question, I
Yeah.
definitely believe that God has given women a double portion.
Listen, you have poured out today on the premiere historic moment. I'm so grateful that you have joined me for this premiere show. And I'm just so grateful that God has blessed you to be my mom. And I love you so much.
And I love you
And Mom,
too.
you need to write a book because we didn't even get to all the questions, but you have so much in you. You're like a well and you're just pouring, pouring, pouring. So listen, our time is running out, but I want you to list at least two things, like two resources that have helped you over time that you can share with our viewers today. I'm really big on leaving our viewers with something that they can take away from this show. So, what are two other things? You said therapy. What are two things that have helped you over the years to have strength, courage, and wisdom?
Well, one thing is several. There are books that I have read in the past, and like the one I just mentioned about the four agreements.
Yeah.
Reading books. One book, and oh gosh, I hope it doesn't leave me. But one of the books I read in school when I was in school that talks about how we should about learning. That book helped me so much, not only in school, but in my everyday life, because it changed my life as to how I learn. I realized that learning is not just me standing over people telling them what they should know and telling them what I know, just making it into them. But it is me being able to receive from others as well as they receive from me.
Right.
And when you have that idea in your head that I'm not the only one, just because I might be older and I'm talking to you, doesn't mean I can't learn from you.
Right.
And vice versa, you can't learn from me, but we can learn from each other.
Mhm.
So just reading books, and one resource that has helped me is just music.
Yeah.
Music of all. When I was growing up, wasn't able to listen to all kind of music coming up in a Baptist preacher's house.
Mhm.
But now that I'm able to give my time and energy to different types of music, listening to them in a I won't say in a quiet time, but in a time where that's all I do is just sit around and turn on some music, some soft music, and just listen to words, and sometimes just the music itself, and be able to feel the strength and the love and the encouragement and the inspiration that it brings in my life that helps me to go on. So and again, definitely therapy is one thing that has changed my life.
Right.
Therapy and reading books that will inspire you to reach every goal that you have ever desired to reach, and to be able to do the things that God has called you to do.
Absolutely.
Because I believe that God has called all of us to do something special. And when we find the nick that helps us to move forward, that's what we have to do.
Absolutely.
Use those resources that would help us to move forward and go as far as we go in the direction that we are intended to go in.
Yes. Listen, y'all, can we give it up for my mother, Vivian Sullivan? Thank you, Mom, for joining me today, for tuning in and just being a part of this special vision that God has given me, Breaking Barriers with Bree. And I really believe that the wisdom and the nuggets that you have shared today is going to help somebody break that barrier so they can have more strength, so they can have more courage, and so they can have more wisdom. Very quickly, tell people how they can stay connected with you, maybe dropping your social media information.
Yeah. Vivian Sullivan, Facebook. I don't know what my Instagram is. I think it's Sullivan. You can contact me through Sullivan on Instagram.
All right. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in to Breaking Barriers with Bree. This is the first episode. I really hope that you have heard something today that can be life-changing and that you can apply to your life. I also want to remind you that I need you to subscribe. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this page. Make sure you click on that bell so you can get those notifications on when we're sending or releasing our next episode. I love y'all, and I can't wait to tune in with you next time for Breaking Barriers with Bree. Peace, peace.
Peace, peace. Bye-bye.